This is the second time I'm recording this because the first time I started recording it, I felt like I was going to get emotional and start crying, and I need to keep it together. But hi guys, how are we? I've missed posting on socials. It's been a while. I think I've taken maybe like a 5-6 month sabbatical. It might have been less than that, but it felt like a year. But I thought for everyone that does know me, and specifically and most especially for my beloved mob, my gang, my favourite people on earth, I owe you an explanation as to where I've been. I'm going to give this explanation a little bit of depth though, so sit with me because we're going to go on a bit of a road trip. So a lot of you lot met me from Say Yeah 2020. Lyrics that haunt me to this day. And when that song changed or began to change my life, I had already been through so much. It just felt like another, I guess, reinvention of myself. But the girl before Say Yeah was, I guess, me. Grew up in the most loving, amazing house with the most loving, amazing people. I've got loads of siblings, so I'm not like, I'm not estranged with like people and dynamics and all of that stuff. So I've always grown up loving people and loving being around people. And I'm gonna say trigger warning now because I want to be honest. I feel like the only thing I have to do in this video is tell the truth. And it is hard, but it's great. Don't worry, it gets good. I'm gonna get there quickly too. Although I was surrounded by the most amazing, loving people growing up, unfortunately, there were other people that had access to me that didn't necessarily know. In fact, I'm not going to take away their agency. They probably knew that what they were doing was wrong. But I was touched as a kid. And that kind of informs how you act as a teenager. I don't think I even put the links together until I had to go to psychotherapy. We'll get there. But it does something to a kid. And I think what ended up happening was as a survival instinct, I began to lie to keep myself safe. Because I was told, if you tell anyone, you're going to be put in danger. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to blah, blah, blah. Not anything that a 5-year-old wants to hear. So, yeah, I literally went through the whole of primary school, secondary school, just compulsively lying. Like, you'd ask me where I'm going and I tell you I'm going this way. Even though where I'm going is, you're not going to beat me, but I'm just so cognitively inclined to like go to the extremity of everything. And yeah, the lying took me to a really dark place where I think from the age of like 13, again, I'm going to issue a lot of trigger warnings throughout this whole video. From the age of 13, I started cutting myself. I was like chronically depressed. Like it was just something that I lived with. I was class clown. Check on your smiling friends, guys. I was class clown. Anyone that knows me in secondary school, I was a jokester, trickster, absolute, yeah. And it was a coping mechanism because I was such a sad teenager. I was so sad, and it's not like I wasn't surrounded by love. My parents are the most amazing. My siblings are the most amazing. My aunties, my uncles, my friends were amazing, but I couldn't tell anyone what I had experienced. Also because someone told me that I was lying, and that does something to someone else as well. I just took it on as an identity. Anyway, we get to my sixth form years and I completely move out of like my area. So I live in, I grew up in Northwest, born in East though, but grew up in Northwest, eclectic, I know, and moved to a sixth form in North whilst I was still living in the ends. And it was another exchange experience because I had no sense of identity and no rooting. And so because of that, I just think I went into a bubble and all I had to rely on was my sense of humour and music. There was nothing else I had. I didn't have anything. I remember I was in a little bit of a relationship, a crumb of a relationship, and that didn't work out. And I was like, okay, cool, well, I'm going to be single forever. I'm going to be lonely forever. I'm going to be depressed forever. I'm going to have to front that I'm a happy person forever. I'm going to have to pretend that I'm this joyous human being for forever. And that's just what it is. Life accepted, challenge accepted, fight. And then I went to uni for the first time, dropped out because I had another terrible experience. And that was the most heart-shattering. I'd always been the person that wanted to like grow up, lose my virginity as a wife, be like this like mother and a wife and everything. Like I wanted all of that. I wanted all of the whole nurturing experience, and that was taken away from me. And it felt like a blow, so I left. Then I was like, I'm gonna do uni again. Went back again, went to uni, met my best friends of life, quit. And when I quit that year, I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do music full time. I don't know what it's gonna look like. And right now I'm really, 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 really broke. And still very depressed, smiling through it, buying nice outfits to dress the depression in. But I'm sad. And music is the only thing that gives me peace. So I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna come home, I'm gonna quit. I'm maybe gonna work a part-time job, but I'm gonna make music. And yeah, tried uni the third time to kind of like front on a part-time. I'm part-time doing music, I'm part-time working, I'm part-time doing uni. Uni had to leave, sorry. She was just not that girl for me. But stay in school, kids. Yeah, cut a long story short. I was escaping a lot, and Seiya was born in the midst of escaping. And if you take certain things on as your identity, they never shift, they never change. You're always going to be that person until you decide that you're not. Now, I was the person that was escaping and everyone was looking at me, and I'm 21 and I'm like, what? I'm lit. Guess what happens? I don't know, I buried myself in the two things that I shouldn't have, which was lust and weed. And as a result of that, I guess what ended up being born of that situation was a version of me that was like really, really empty inside. And I was blessed enough at the time to have someone that cared about me. And we were in a relationship and I had a child with him. And that time I thought was gonna be my saving grace. I was like, oh my gosh, I finally have the baby and the man. Like, okay, so I must be on the road to being happy because I've got music now. Music's going well. I had my son. Shortly before my son was born, my grandmother died, and that rocked my world. And then after I had my son, things just kind of became a bit shaky in my world, and I ended up on suicide watch. And thinking back at it now, it was such a hard time. It was such a hard time. I didn't know how to navigate what I was feeling, why I was feeling that way, but the darkness was so deep that I just kind of felt like it's a mad place to be in when you can say to yourself, my newborn child would be better living their whole life not having known their empty vessel of a mum. And whilst all of this is going on, unbeknownst to the world, I'm still an artist, so I'm giving everyone Senseless, I'm giving everyone My Bad, I'm just running it all up. And honestly, being surrounded by angels, like every single person that has been on this walk with me has been nothing short of a heaven sent. From like my A&Rs to my management, when I look back at it, I'm like, if I didn't have these people and I had people that wanted to take advantage of me, this video, figment of everyone's imagination. So yeah, I just honor those people. I love them so much. Every single last one of them. But anyway, I'm still fronting. And then I try and put crumbs of it in the music. That's how we get closure tapes. This is my hurt offering, but the hurt is so deep that I can't even show everyone. So here I am, trying to keep this clean persona on social media. I'm getting choked up, and this is not my brand, so we're gonna get it together because I have always had a rule to myself about not crying on the internet. I'm not gonna start now. But I've just been fronting for so long, and although the compulsive lines stopped when I was like, I cannot live a life trying to run away from people who I don't even see anymore. And like I was 17, I vowed to myself, I will never tell anything but the truth anymore. Obviously, white lies, I'm 5 minutes away. I'm still working on those. But yeah, I think it just got to a point last year. Got to a point, man. I won the MOBO. I came home, I was still so sad, and I was like, no. Girl, you prayed for this. You prayed for this life. You prayed for every single thing that's in your hands, including the beautiful child that you have, the amazing career, the phenomenal supporters. You prayed for all of it. Why are you still so sad? Why are you still so sad? I locked myself in my room for a good week after I won the MOBOs. Like, after I won that MOBO, my friends threw me a surprise party. I love my friends. I got the coolest friends on earth. But I was still so sad, and I was like, nah, something's not right, but we're gonna work it out. And my methodology was 3 things. I was like, it's either got to be my health, I've got to get back in the gym, I've got to eat right and laugh more. I feel like laughter and food, like, you got to be really careful with your diet. And the third one was, I have to have a conversation with God. In order to know why I'm here, I need to know what I was created for. So I need to go to who made me. And that's where a journey that I didn't expect would bring me here begun. Last year, February, fasted for the first time in my life. Won a MOBO whilst fasting. Yeah. Don't underestimate the power of going without food for God. And the whole year was just a set of epiphanies. I ended up going through some rocky patches with my label. That was really hard because I think I placed another part of my identity in how much, like, I trusted myself to execute the job. A lot of that was based on the opinions of the people that I was working with. And so I'd sway with the tides. If everyone wanted us to go to the left and I felt convicted about the left, and we were going to the left. But I never really ever sat down and thought, Mons, like, what are you doing for yourself? And it was something that, like, honestly, my manager was always like to me, you got to do it for you, Mon, like, before you do it for anyone else. I love that, man. And yeah, I had to sit down and really ask myself those questions. And that was all in the midst of releasing Complicated, which was the last project that I dropped. Woo, did life really get complicated after that. Had to cancel my headline show. Made the decision that no matter what happens, even if the label wanted to pick up an option, if they didn't, regardless, I'd be parting ways with them. That was really tough. And just said, I'm going to take some time out and sit with myself and really, really, really get into what I need to be doing. I've done all the therapy in the world. I've done the CBT, I've done the talking, I've done the psychotherapy. I've done it all. The only thing I haven't done is joint therapy, couples therapy. And please, we're just not there yet. But nothing ever worked. Nothing ever worked. Nothing ever worked. Started going to church and started praying more. And I felt like every single time I found myself bowed, literally head on the floor, in a hunched position, begging God to show me what He wanted me to be and what He wanted me to do, I would always stand back up with a sense of peace that I'd never... Guys, I can't tell you how profound... I can't tell you. But I feel like He showed me. And I feel like I finally know what I'm meant to be doing and who I'm meant to be and why I'm meant to be her and how I was meant to be her all along, but I was just ignoring her because I didn't believe in her. It's funny because you can present like you're the most confident person on earth. You can wear all the nice outfits, you can look gorgeous. But if inside you hold up that mirror to yourself and you're like, oh, there's still something, then you know there's a deeper job. There's an assignment that hasn't been fulfilled yet. So yeah, I love Jesus Christ like no one I have ever loved before. He's my boyfriend and my father and my husband and everything that scripture says. He is the love of my life. The love of my life. the love of my life. He is the love of my life. And now the peace I feel inside makes me feel so responsible with the art that he's given me in my hand. I feel like it's so important now for me to just not give you guys anything and everything and whatever, and for it to all be so intentional. And I'm still working it in real time. It's a journey. I've been making a lot of music whilst I've been in the mountains. And as a matter of fact, I've promised myself that if you've gotten to this part of the video, by the way, I love you. Because this is a long video to sit through, but I love you. And I promise you it's going to be so worthwhile, because I'm going to be here with you guys every single morning for the next couple of weeks. I promised myself I'm going to sit down and I'm going to record. They might not be longer than 2 minutes. Just like morning conversations, so you guys can really enter my head. I feel like I've kept you guys on the outside of what this has been for forever. I've never really ever let you guys truly in. And it's time. I think it's time. I'm terrified. I've always cared so much about what people think of me. That's why I've never, ever, ever told anyone what I'm truly feeling or how I'm truly thinking and all of these things. But I think I'm ready. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of more. In fact, I'm not going to promise you guys. I'm actually just going to show you. But we're doing this together now, whether you like it or not. It's stuck with me. And it's my honour to serve you, to sing for you, to sing the songs that will be your soundtrack, to write the music that not only feels honest to me, but feels necessary for you too. And if with the music that I make you feel seen, then I've done my job. And if it's one of you that feels seen, I've done my job. If it's two of you that feel seen, I've done my job. No matter what happens, I've done my job. But I did think I owed it to you guys to let you know that everything's changed. Everything's changed. I'm still me. The vessel is still the same. She still loves nice things and being nice and loving people and all of those amazing things. She still thinks a lot. But everything within me has changed, and I can only thank God for that. And yeah, we're going to make a lot of music about love and hope and amazing things and joyful things. Because in a world where darkness is to the left, the right, and the front and the back of you, up and down, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be a part of the darkness. I don't want to be a part of things that contribute to the thoughts that make people question themselves and question what they're deserving of and who they should be. I don't want that anymore. I want to be a part of the part of you that beams and is excited to wake up in the morning because you're just ready for the world. Like, you're ready to take on the world because you know I'm not of this world. I'm just in this world and I'm your experience. This is the experience. I'm here to contribute to the experience. I want to be a contribution to your experience, if you would let me. And I'm going to need you guys now more than ever, because leaving that label... Anyway, God is good and he's a provider. But yeah, I love you guys. If you stuck around this long, you mean the world to me. If you feel like I'm not for you anymore on this part of the side of the journey, it was a pleasure experiencing life with you. I will love you for forever for changing my life and for allowing me to even get to this point. But yeah, everything's changed. I was who I was. And now I am for I am. And I love it here. And I hope you love it too. Because it's going to be fun. I laugh a lot. That hasn't changed. So there's going to be a lot of giggles. I'm joking. Mwah.